understand? If you can't, you can smell it. Okay. We're supposed to kick off Confessions Thursday. There's an event that's supposed to occur, and I really just wanted to give you a heads up. Thing between Femi and the Gang and MasterCard. And we're supposed to be transmitting that event for your enjoyment. So I'm going to ask you just bear with me. If it's music, I have you covered. Like if it's the music, you're not bothered about that, right? Okay. My name's Joyce. So they're yet to start. No, I thought about kicking off Confessions Thursday, but you see, the moment they start, it's going to interrupt our confessions. So usually if you have just tuned in and you're just new around here, on Thursdays we have Confessions Thursday. And I'm your host, my name is Joyce. And yes, you're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. Now, after Confessions Thursday, we would normally have the Lords of Logic. It just happens that fortunately today, instead of Confessions Thursday, we're having to wait to link up to an event happening somewhere beneath the skies in Lagos. It's Femi and the Gang and MasterCard coming together to, bring you some really entertaining, I would even say, worth your time information. I think you are curious because myself, I am curious to find out, hey, what's this about? What should we do? Get up and dance, jump, sit back, relax, enjoy? Fingers crossed. As long as you're listening to Nigeria Info, you will know exactly what to do. With that said, we're going to continue with the music. I'm in the studio. I'm just really waiting to get confirmation from our reporters on ground. Pardon me. I don't know how to multitask, right? It's like I get a brain freeze when I'm thinking, speaking, and then the problem with thinking is I'm thinking about things and speaking at the same time. So it's like something's like, wait, let's queue up. Okay. So I say that to say I'm waiting to get feedback from our correspondents we have on ground to report what's this juicy stuff happening. Why did they keep me out? I guess they're going to say, well, we apologize. We kept you out. But here, you're a part of it because we're reporting it. We're Nigeria Info. You're not left out of the fun, but just keep listening because you're going to find out all about it in a moment. My name's Joyce. You're on the sunny side. I'll give this a few more minutes because, they could really start late, and I'm really thinking about them starting late. Depending on what happens, I'll apply discretion. We'll probably just start off with confessions, and then whenever they kick off their program, we'll link. But I'm giving you a heads up not to get offended, not to get pissed. Yeah, when the program Confessions Thursday gets interrupted. Thank you so much for your understanding. It's a minute before commercial break on the sunny side with Joyce. We're Nigeria Info. Don't go anywhere.
dancing with a stranger. Have a request book handy. I could flip. Play a song for life.
I know you. I know you.
is what it is enough to keep us entertained. Because it better be. I think it's going to be equally as entertaining. Confessions Thursday on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. I want to welcome you once and again to Confessions this afternoon. Remember 0700 993 993 993 and 0201 465 7190. When you're calling, you don't say your name, and I think you should note that. When you're calling, you don't say your name. It's not necessary. My name is Joyce. It's your confession, and I expect, particularly if it is dark, crazy, unusual, unheard of, shameful, painful of your past, your present, or your future, if it's a question, if it's a situation you're going through, it's happening here. But remember, when you're calling, you don't say your name. It's Confessions Thursday on Nigeria Info. Welcome one, welcome all this very beautiful Thursday afternoon. On Confessions Thursday, we open the cupboards to secrets.
Is that a skeleton I see?
Child, bite your tongue. Well, they say good neighbors.
Wait, you mean gist, right?
Confessions Thursday with Joyce on Nigeria Info. Welcome, humans, to 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. It's Confessions Thursday, and we'll kick off the program. Someone is already saying something ridiculous. Well, I think I can understand your passion for Confessions Thursday. Thank you, thank you. Well, quite a number of messages for... Okay, Confessions Thursday is happening, all right? What's with the playlist? Someone says I copied his playlist. Are you for real, son of man? Well, thanks for the Gen X's part of your playlist today. It's a breath of fresh air. This is Abiodun. Well, you know it's always my pleasure. If it's good music, if it's good, baby, I got you. Okay. Well, I'm loving the fact that you love radio. I love the fact that you love Nigeria Info. I'm loving the fact that you love the sunny side. I love the fact that you love the music. You know, like I'm a handful, but it's a beautiful kind of handful. You have to be artistic to know what to do with me. And particularly music. I tend to always seek out your reaction to music that I play. And I love it. You give me something. It's like I touch you and you move that body. I like it. Okay. So remember, it's Confessions Thursday. When you're calling, you don't say your name. My name is Joyce, and the story can be anything. Crazy from here to hell. We've heard just about everything. So feel no shame. Have no fear that you may be telling us something that may spook us out. Believe me. You're not the craziest thing under the face of the sun. So relax, but just don't say your name so nobody really knows it's you. And then you get into your confession. Welcome again. Confessions Thursday, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You're listening to Confessions Thursday with Joyce on the sunny side.
Welcome. What's your name? You have to speak up for us, please. Speak up for us. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, now I have this situation that I'm in. I want to tell you about it. Can you hear me?
I'm listening, please. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. I got married with 2 kids, so we have misunderstanding, one more issue like that. So my wife went to her father's house last year. So I am not around. I'm now in Lagos. So someone told me last week that somebody married my wife. Since I heard the news last up now, I cannot sleep tonight. I'm thinking of taking legal action against man. So I need your advice. I want to hear for that.
Wait, did you just say somebody married your wife?
Yes, she ran to her house and somebody married her from there.
And she agreed to be married to the person?
Yes.
Okay, so what exactly is happening here? Because I don't think if your wife loved you, she would be married to someone else. Because I don't think the man stole her. She agreed to be married to him. You understand what I'm saying?
Seriously, I was thinking it's something else because the girl, she lost me when I was around because I'm not around again.
Where are you? Another man married your wife. Where are you?
I'm now in Lagos.
Yeah, but you're so far away that someone else married your wife due to your absence, or maybe something even deeper than that.
Somebody told me that she got pregnant and she got abortion from there. So I asked her, I called her and asked her, what do you have to abort the pregnancy? Since you have already married, what do you think? She said, I'm not responsible for the pregnancy.
Wait, did your wife tell you she was no longer being married? She was no longer married to you? Like, did she say that? Did you have a problem with your wife?
She said that.
You know what? You need to go meet your wife first and establish what the problem is. First, just go meet her, find out what the issue is. Huh?
Where am I going to see her again? Where am I going to see her? She is already married to another person.
What?
She has already married to another person.
Do you know the guy?
I didn't know the guy.
Yeah. So I don't think it's the guy you have. I mean, I can understand, but it's not really the guy you have some situation with. It's your wife. And if she thinks, she says you're not responsible. If she thinks you're so irresponsible that she's married to somebody else, I'm not sure. Well, I mean, you can try to sue the guy, but you need to speak to her. Can you find the guy? Because if you find the guy, you find her. That's really the question. Do you know where she is?
Maybe I will travel and...
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Even in her parents, I want to know what really happened that they allowed the guy to come to the house and marry the girl. Because her parent is aware of everything.
Yeah, but I think her parents don't necessarily. But you have to understand that if a woman was married to you and there was some situation enough for her to know that you're not dead and marry somebody else, there's a bigger problem here. She didn't cheat on you. But even if she cheated on you, it would be bad, right? But she's married to somebody else. Like she has put you in the trash can. So you have to look for her or meet her parents and ask what the problem is. I'm assuming you know, but you're acting like you don't know. So let's assume you don't know, but you have to find her and ask her what the problem is. Then you call me back. Crazy.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. That's something, It's like... Because it doesn't appear the wife is hiding the intent to be married to somebody else. She's not hiding it. She just thought maybe... That's the thing. I don't even want to assume at this point. I don't want to assume at this point. Just go find her, find the guy, ask them what the issue is, then call me back. Because only at that point can we have something to say. Confessions Thursday on Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. Nigeria Info is Confessions Thursday. Turn off the volume of your radio set, please.
Yeah, I've done that.
Great. Good to have you.
Good afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, I have a confession.
Please, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm married for... next year, January 12th will be 10 years I'm married. And we haven't have... me and my wife, we have issues. We haven't got a children. So I've gone to hospital to do a series of tests. But unfortunately, the doctor said that I can't impregnate a woman. And I don't know how to tell my wife because my wife was not aware of it. And next year will be 10 years that we got married. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what how can I call my wife to explain to her.
There is no other way than just sitting her down and telling her. There's no other way. Because now that she can't get pregnant, what did the doctor say about her fertility? Have you any idea? Have you been to the hospital? Has she been to the hospital? What did her doctor say?
On our own side, she's very okay.
Okay. So I think you would be doing her a world of good if you just said to her, I'm the issue here. Because the moment you say that, she can stop worrying. Now, I don't know how solid your marriage is. This may be a case, I don't know. But I think you need to tell her, because sooner than later, if she suspects that she's not the issue, or I've heard people, in an attempt to prove that they're not the issue, they go and cheat. Look, I'm not assuming that that's what's going to happen, but I think for your own conscience and for her own peace, you should tell her. I think you should tell her, because I'm sure she's worried. I'm very sure she's worried.
Yeah, he's worried.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So I think you should tell her. It's the most humane thing to do. It's the only good thing to do in this regard. Is the best thing to do.
Okay. All right. Thank
I know
you
it's
so much.
hard. Thank you very much for calling. I know it's hard, but it's the only thing to do. You owe it to your conscience, and you owe it to her. I don't know what the outcome will be, but it would be good for you to find out. I think the best thing would be finding out. Confessions Thursday. If you have just tuned in, welcome. My name's Joyce.
You're listening to Confessions Thursday with Joyce on the sunny side.
Confessions Thursday with Joyce. Remember, when you call in, you do not say your name. We're a few minutes away from the top of the hour. And I'm going to say, you're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Confessions Thursday.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for
Yes, I
calling.
want to ask that man, that first man, question. I want to know that man, whether he has married legally to that lady that got married to another man. Then how long did he travel down to Lagos, leave his wife in the village? So he should tell you whether he has married his wife legally.
Very good question. Thank you.
Right, few times. So you should know.
Yeah, and I'm glad he's listening too. Thank you very much for calling. So the gentleman who called in, it's very necessary that you hear these questions even coming from listeners who are curious to know how best to understand your problem. Were you legally married, and how long were you away from home? Yeah. So call me back. I'd like to hear it. Confessions Thursday. Nigeria Info. Make it back 0700 993 993 993 and 0201 465 7190. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
It's Confessions Thursday. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you. I want to, in regard to the first man that said someone else married his wife. I think you just back off, because it's a free world. I believe she has the right to choose whomever she wants, married or not married. Even a housewife, my housewife can decide today that she's no longer interested in any marriage. So I don't think he has the right to going after the wife. The love is not there.
Okay, I see your point.
Yeah. He should don't trace anybody. Just maintain his word. Look for somebody that loves him, that can stay with him.
Okay. I hope he can manage that. Thank you very much for calling. I really do appreciate it.
Don't need to go back to the woman again.
And look for her. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A wonderful woman. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. We're going to quickly go off on a break. We'll be right back. My name's Joyce. You're on Confessions Thursday. Do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. On Confessions Thursday, we open the cupboard's to secrets.
Is that a skeleton I see?
Child, bite your tongue. Well, they say good walls make good neighbors.
Wait, you mean gist, right?
Confessions Thursday with Joyce on Nigeria Info. Different
different ideologies.
I have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. My daughter is giving me hell. What happened? She always go out with friends. I put her in a place of where she's learning a trade. I call the woman and say, please, see this girl as your stepdaughter. I want you to take charge of this girl. But this girl is giving me headache.
Different perspectives.
When she's marketing, I ask her if you are my mother or you are not my mother, so that I will really know. She said she's the one that born me, only that when she gave birth to me, that I'm wicked, that I give her a soft time during my labor, that my labor do her for 5 days.
And she hates you for that?
He hates me for that.
But it's not your fault that her labor took 5 days.
Share your views on the sunny side here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Wonderful people, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're right back into the gist, the heart of the matter. It's Confessions Thursday. My name's Joyce. Hello, welcome to the show. We're Nigeria Info. Turn up the volume of your radio set. Speak up for all of us. Thank you.
Sure, can you hear me now?
I can. Speak up for us. It's Confessions Thursday. Do you have a confession?
No, actually, I just want to advise that man.
And then speak up for us. And real quick, I'm giving you 1 minute. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, my advice to him is that they should go and look for his wife and should find out what actually is the wrong issue, what caused misunderstanding, because there must be misunderstanding. The woman cannot just live through like that. It should be
the number one talk station.
Try and fix his problem. And I believe that by the time he knows the problem that he has engaged himself in, I think there will be solution. Because
look, I want to appreciate you and thank you so much for your commentary. It's a very hard one, but I guess he's going to have to listen to all your advices and decide how he's going to pick himself up, find the courage to do what he believes is the best thing to do. In the meantime, we are off on a break. We'll be right back. The update is next on Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. On Confessions Thursday, we open the cupboards to secrets.
Is that a skeleton I see?
Child, bite your tongue. Well, they say good walls make good neighbors.
Wait, you mean gist, right?
Confessions Thursday with Joyce on Nigeria Info.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. You're listening to the news updates. This hour, former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo says Africa needs a form of contextual democracy that considers the past experiences of Africans and their heritage. Obasanjo made this call in Abuja at a summit on the state of democracy in Africa. The summit was organized by the Shehu Musa Yaradua Foundation in partnership with the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library. The former president said democracy in Africa was breeding dictatorial tendencies and disregard for the interests of the majority. Ambassador argued that democracy is not a static phenomenon, noting that there is a need to rethink the system to reflect the historical and cultural realities of the continent. The deputy commander of the Chinese People's Liberation Army, Lieutenant General Jie Zhigang, is calling for greater cooperation with the Nigerian military. Jigang made this call during a courtesy visit to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, in Abuja. A statement by the Acting Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, indicated that the Chinese officer was in Nigeria on the invitation of the Chief of Air Staff for the Nigerian Air Force 60th anniversary. He said the cooperation would be in the areas of research, innovation, development of unmanned area vehicles, and training of younger Nigerian Air Force officers. The Lagos State government says it has started drafting a bill for the establishment of a medical drug agency. This is to reduce the economic impact of the price of medicines and their availability on Nigerians and to Nigerians. The Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, at the 2024 annual ministerial press briefing said the drafting of the bill for the medical drug agency is in line with the federal government's directive. According to him, the establishment of a drug agency in the state will ensure price control of medicines through the economies of scale and bulk purchase. And the World Food Programme has warned that droughts and floods in southern Africa stemming from El Nino have left millions of people food insecure. WFP Executive Director Cindy McCain gave the warning during a recent visit to Zambia, the epicenter of the crisis. According to the WFP, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi have been impacted the hardest and have all declared states of drought disaster. The risk significant crop loss, with 40 and 80% of their maize harvest decimated. That's the news update, Lagos. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. You're listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Stay here.
There are mysteries to the universe we were never meant to solve. But who we are and why we are here are not among them.
And so, we do not leave to chance our duty to think. For why else then are we free beings? For it is slaves who run into fantasies, flatteries, and fads as one goes into sickness.
What is your profession? Go now, run along and tell your Xerxes he faces free men here, not slaves.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. On Confessions Thursday, we open the cupboards to secrets.
Is that a skeleton I see?
Child, bite your tongue. Well, they say good walls make good neighbors.
Wait, you mean gist, right?
Confessions Thursday with Joyce on Nigeria Info. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. It's Confessions Thursday. And I know at least that life can be something, you know. Sometimes life happens to you, you don't even understand what's happening. It's as though it's when you barely survive it that you're able to tell that story, give a perspective, tell your own angle. Sometimes it looks as though life is so unfair. You could call life wicked. You could call fate wicked. Sometimes the problems, you look like you grapple with the scope of the problem, but the extent of it, the weight of it, the depths of it can be totally overwhelmed. There are people who have been broken by life's issues. So, yeah. These are things I know you're full familiar with. If you haven't experienced it, you know someone who has. You've read stories about people who life has dared to defeat, challenged to a contest or a combat. So on Confessions Thursday, we're talking about the issues of life. And it's confessions because it's a personal perspective. It's your perspective. It's what you've experienced, lived through, survived, maybe the things you have done. In fact, dare I say, particularly the things you have done. Because I think maybe life is one thing when it happens to you. Life is something else when you're the one that's done it. You're the reason for maybe the good or the bad. Maybe the reason for the tragedy is the function of your own motive or the works of your hands. And yeah, this whole ye have become as gods is a responsibility. Well, on Confessions, we're talking about the crazy, the weird, the unusual. We're talking about the sad, the regretful, the past, the questions, the future, the confusion. My name's Joyce. And nice meeting you, but remember when you're calling, you don't say your name. We'll have a few more minutes on this one. Remember, we're joining a live broadcast of an event happening somewhere beneath the skies. Femi and the gang, yeah, bringing us some development with the UEFA Champions League. Actually, it's tagged MasterCard UEFA Champions League. And this promotion is brought to you by MasterCard. In a few moments, we'll join and figure out what this program is all about. Believe me, it's justification for whatever you could be complaining about. So let's just manage our next few minutes together on the show. Hello, welcome, Nigeria Info. It's good to have you on Confessions Thursday. Thank you so much for calling. Welcome. Can you hear me? Okay, if you can hear me, I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, then you're going to have to call me back then. Thank you. It's Confessions Thursday. The sunny side?
Hello, Madam Joyce.
There you go. Don't say your name. Confessions Thursday.
Yeah, of course. I know the drill. Yeah. At one point in time, I became kind of how will I put it now? Like my conscience judging me that I might have murdered my mom by myself.
Did you?
Well, that's one angle I'm trying to understand because it's a story that is kind of long. It started a long time ago. And I see myself not being where I am supposed to be. And she's the major cause of it.
Did you kill her psychologically, emotionally, physically? Did you kill your mother?
Well, she died from injuries sustained in an accident. But I think at one point I said something kind of in anger anyway, which affected her emotionally kind of. And that was because she, God forgive me, she was a bit selfish. And not just herself.
Okay, so just the next two, can you summarize a tale for us in 2 minutes? Just tell us what the problem was and how it degenerated into the possibility of feeling that you caused her death.
Okay. I was born in the 80s. I was born in England. And without my own voluntary request, I was brought down to Nigeria when I was barely a year old. And since then, I had not traveled back to England. My passport got expired and no one even thought of renewing it. At a point, the passport was with my uncle. Then later on, he left it with my grandma. I saw it, I took it. I tried keeping it, but I knew it wasn't really safe with me because my mom goes through my things. Then I remember giving it to him to keep because I believe he's the only person I can trust. But when he gave it back to my mom, he did not inform me. Then my mom went to keep it outside with someone I don't even know. And the person relocated from our environment. Long and short of it, my grandma kind of had a wind of or a notion that I might leave the country soon. And she was like crying that if at all I want to leave, I should take her along. That was 2018, 2019. Unfortunately, she died the year 2020. That was in the year of the COVID. From an injury she sustained while trying to get up in the sitting room. We nursed her for a month before she passed. Exactly 1 year after My mom went to work. She only told me goodbye. The next hour, I got a call. She had sustained an accident where she was working. She had a broken arm and a broken leg. She died that same day. Now, I'm finding it difficult trying to renew the passport. But one, I don't even have it. I only have photocopies of it thanks to my uncle. But the English people are telling me they don't have records of the early 80s up to the 90s. That they only have records of, I think, 1995 digitally. And every effort trying to do that is weighing me down, like trying to still keep me here in the country. But I think one way along the line, 2020, early 2020, myself and my mom, we had a very serious discussion that out of anger I said something. That if a must she go get me my passport, be it how would I put that word now? Expired or not? That I need it, or else the following year will not be a good year between herself and me.
Now that you think about that statement, is something wrong with that statement? That statement in itself, assuming she was even still alive, is something wrong with that statement?
Yeah, because it got to the point I couldn't take it any longer. That was why I sounded it that way.
Now, it sounds as though the problem you had with your mom is just over a passport. So you didn't even enjoy her presence in your life, her motherhood in your life, over a passport?
I tried, but I think once in a while, parents' selfishness to deter the progress of a child.
What exactly made her selfish? Was it her inability to make money to renew your passport? Was it her poverty? What made her selfish? Was she rich and decided that you were what? Not worth it? What made her selfish? Can you give us a picture real quick?
I think maybe because she was struggling, but there were options that came up, like 3 options that came up for me to be able to renew that passport, and it was not honored by her and my grandma. At least one of my uncles came around in the 2006.
Can you hear me?
And hello. Yeah. So towards the tail end of 2006, my uncle came around. He brought a CI form.
Hello, my caller. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
It doesn't appear I can hear my caller anymore, so I'm going to just go off air for a moment to kind of rectify the little glitch I could be experiencing here. Okay, so please bear with me, my listeners. We're going to quickly just go off on a break. We'll be right back. This is 99.3 We're Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to Confessions Thursday on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Wow. Yep. Confessions Thursday. And my name's Joyce. On Confessions Thursday, we open the cupboards to secrets.
Is that a skeleton I see?
Child, bite your tongue. Well, they say good walls make good neighbors.
Wait, you mean gist, right?
Confessions Thursday with Joyce on Nigeria Info.
There are mysteries to the universe we were never meant to solve. But who we are and why we are here are not among them.
And so, we do not leave to chance our duty to think, for why else then are we free beings? For it is slaves who run into fantasies, flatteries, and fads as one goes into sickness.
What is your profession? Run along and tell your Xerxes.
Come and hold my hand. I wanna come.
I'm talking about Femi and the gang, because we are right here at Lekki. And of course, it's all about Prince Ibano and MasterCard. Well, MasterCard, of course, when you think MasterCard and you talk about MasterCard, the first thing that comes to mind is that MasterCard are the official sponsors or partners of the UEFA Champions League. Of course, they've been partners with UEFA, but it's something unique happening here. And for past couple of weeks, MasterCard have been making things happen in terms of putting smiles on their customers' faces. And that's why we are here. And this is the grand finale of whatever is happening, where people, fans of MasterCard, and of course customers as well, get to
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.